tuning in to D4 Sports, Day Drinking with Don and Dustin. I'm Don.
And I'm Dustin, and we're bringing you sports talk from around the world and drinking tips to make every game a winner.
We appreciate you checking out our podcast. So now,
live from Lubbock, Texas,
and London, England,
this is D4.
Welcome everyone to episode 97 of D4 Sports, Day Drinking with Don and Dustin. And despite the technical challenges that happened off screen, let me say, Dustin, top of the morning to you.
Yes, it is the morning. Usually is. But
well, it has been up late for you anyway.
yes.
But yeah, anyway, that was my Irish greeting because I'm fresh off a week in Ireland. Wonderful time, a wonderful trip. Someplace we always wanted to go. In fact, we had planned to try to do an Irish vacation and a tour back in 2020. And then, of course, COVID. And that all got canceled. And so, anyway, then we ended up moving over here, and we hadn't made it over yet, other than flying through Dublin and the Dublin airport. But, yeah, big trip there. A lot of fun stuff. But as I said earlier, they don't actually say top of the morning to you. I mean, maybe if somebody's dressed up like a leprechaun, but I didn't see anyone dressed like a leprechaun, which is too bad.
How tall are they?
Well, okay. So it's ridiculous, right? So we went down to Spain on vacation earlier in the year. We had a long weekend down in Costa del Sol. Almost everybody around us there was Irish. They're speaking very much from Belfast, an Irish accent, which everybody told me just expect the UK South. And that was totally what it was in Spain. Everybody was from the UK. That's where they all vacation. We go over to Ireland, and literally we were sitting in a bar in this town called Dingle, Ireland, which is down on the southern coast of Ireland. Lovely little town. Everyone around us is American. Everybody was American. In fact, I mean, I met the people next to me. They're from Dallas. People next to Karen were from South Carolina. Another people over here were from Maryland. Another from Pennsylvania. We almost didn't hear almost anybody speaking Irish, and it was really something. But yeah, eventually we found a few places that were maybe a little less touristy, and we actually found some Irish people. And one of the things they do say over here in England, if you walk into a pub or whatever, they say, "You all right?" And to which the proper response is, "Yeah, you." They're not asking, "How are you?" Or they're basically saying, it's just sort of the standard greeting. "You all right?" Well, over there, I'm going to forget what they say, but they don't say "you all right," but they're basically like, "Is everything good?" When you're at the pub. And again, they're not asking for a stat. They're not like, "Well, yeah, I mean, they don't want
Pull
small
up a chair.
talk." Yeah, no, that's not it at all. There's like, "Y'all good? Everything good?" And then that's it. That one. And the other thing they say, every server in every restaurant, when you tell them what they want, they say, "Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's absolutely perfect." And so we place our order, server would walk away. We're like, "Look, we ordered a perfect meal. Perfect meal." Who knew?
Every time.
Every time. Perfect. It was quite funny. So, yeah, but, yeah, lovely trip to Ireland. I got some fun stuff. I got this. We went to the McAllister Distillery, the biggest Irish whiskey distillery in the UK, where all the Jameson in the world is made. And so we got to tour the distillery, had a little whiskey tasting. They make Jameson, they make Redbreast, they make I think it's called the Spot, which is another I've never seen those before. I don't think they sell them in America. And then the not McAllister. So yeah, like some McAllister's rare. But anyway, I got a new jigger.
There you go.
It says Jameson on it. A lovely new measure. So that
goes
that
well
was
with
fun.
your shoes.
It does. And they had of course all sorts of gear, right? I mean, everything you can imagine. And I resisted. Karen was like, "You want some Jameson socks?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think the shoes are probably enough." And so I passed on the Jameson socks. But yeah, had some lovely, and I got some Irish tidbits I'll drop throughout the episode. But yeah, great time. Highly recommended to anybody who wants to do a vacation to Ireland. And I'll have you know, I drove the whole way. about 1,500 kilometers, all the way from Belfast all the way around to Cork, almost the entirety of what they call the Wild Atlantic Way, and did fine, actually, did really well. And so I'm officially a left side driver now.
Well, there you go.
I feel like that's something.
Well, I got this bracelet made last night, and I don't know if you can see the colors.
Oh, those are Irish colors right there. They sure are.
There you go.
Why do you have that?
Holly's daughter made it. She asked me to pick 3 colors, and I gave 3 random colors.
There you go. Well, they're not random. They're Irish. You're celebrating your Irish heritage.
Accidentally?
Well,
I just gave 3 colors that
well,
I like, and there you go.
There you go. Well, anyway, so I'm back in England now, and I and just in case there's background noise, it's too hot over here for me to keep the windows closed at this point. So we're back in the midst of a heat wave, not quite as extreme as the one we had
72 degrees.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, no, it's about 30 outside, so it's about 85. It's actually really pleasant outside. The problem is your flat gets hot and it doesn't cool off, and so it's actually
It's like a hot
currently
box.
hotter in the flat than it is outside. I was out for a walk, enjoyed a nice cigar in the park, as I am wont to do as I exercise, and
Your lungs?
well, whatever. And I did walk some. I walk while I smoke. That's something. And yeah, it was lovely outside actually. But then I come back in my flat and I'm like, so my AC unit's still working back here. Although we had 2 of these that we bought when we first moved over here. One of them died, and this one's kind of on its last leg. I don't think we've already replaced one, but what a surprise. They've jacked up the price of all the fans because of the heat wave. It's so silly. Even Amazon. I love flexible pricing now. Demand-based pricing. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how about you? How is Lubbock? Beautiful as ever, I assume?
Yeah, it's been rainy. There was a week where it would rain and hail for about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes every night. That was it. But like Lubbock does the flash floods. Our sewage system is not non-existent. So it's just,
there is none.
Roads are, rounded. So in the middle, it just tapers off down to the side and then everything fills up.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah. Oh, Lubbock's great.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
I did not go on vacation. So
nah, well,
I don't have much to give on that end.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So I did, though, a couple of Irish tidbits and things that are, plenty of things related to D4. I'll get into a few of them later. But I did learn this one. Did you know that Guinness is older than America?
I think I did know that.
Guinness was founded 1759. I learned that when I was in Ireland. We didn't go to Dublin, so we didn't tour the Guinness factory this time. I've done that in the past. But Guinness is older than America. And I know America just celebrated its 250th and all that. Happy birthday to America. But Guinness is older than America. And I drank my share of Guinness over there, along with Murphy's, another stout, and a few other things. Some decent whiskeys at the whiskey tasting. And so I brought that back and decided to go with a whiskey cocktail today because kind of fitting. I mean, again, I got the Jameson Jigger, actually used it as I made one of my favorites, a Boulevardier. Lovely cocktail for those interested, much like a Negroni, but with whiskey. So it's whiskey, a little sweet vermouth, a little Campari, so you get that sweet, bitter thing working with the whiskey, little orange bitters, or if you have a fresh orange, slice of that in there. Solid drink. So that is my drink of the day.
You went full glass on it too.
Well, I had a lot of ice in there, and then the ice is melted, so it's not the biggest.
It's so hot, 70 degrees, 65.
It's not 70 degrees, for goodness sakes. All right. If that's the way you're going to be, if you're just going to mock us, turn your AC off for a day. Tell me how you do.
Oh, easy.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do the next episode. You'll have the AC off. You'll be pouring sweat down your head, a little with your AC unit running in the background.
I don't
blowing
even
on
have a
box
fan. I've got ceiling fans.
Yeah, I wish we had one, but that's another
I'm
thing.
sure.
You know
Circulate
what?
the air a little bit more in there. That'd be nice.
I know I would, and that's something I can't figure out why more British homes don't do ceiling fans, but they don't. Like, I think we've talked about it before. Huge market opportunity over here, probably, but anyway, and you know what's become the trend over here this summer during the heat waves is people are carrying little handheld fans. They're just, and I think they're getting better now because enough people are carrying them that I think they probably actually work. Anything would be better on the tube than just sitting there. I'll tell you that much. But
yeah.
Anyway, so I got the Boulevard got some ice water. Notice I almost drank my entire glass of ice water. I filled it up just before the show, so I am, hydrating and all that. So that's my drink of the day, the Boulevard. What, sir? At all of what? It must be almost 8:00 your time on this 11th of July. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking coffee. Very
good idea.
Bland today.
Oh,
coffee's good. Just the drink itself. Nothing exciting.
Nothing fancy. No sparkling pumpernickel water or anything, or what else you got?
I do have.
Oh,
another coffee.
Oh, double fisting the coffee.
I am. I just didn't want to have to get back up. So I doubled down on the coffee and I have 2 cups of coffee.
Nice. All right. Well, congrats. Well, there we go.
I got nothing.
Yeah. Irish coffee. You could have had Irish coffee. That was on pretty much every menu in Ireland. I will say that much. But
or I could have gotten Irish cream, flavored, whatever.
Indeed, you could have done that.
But I don't put that stuff in creamer. I don't do creamer in coffee.
No. Yeah, I do a little milk, but And actually over here, if you ask for cream, they'll go, ooh, because they call whipped cream cream. So if you ask for cream, they're like, you won't. And I'm like, no, it is milk. Sorry, because they don't call it cream. They call it milk. But anyway, also fun. I actually, honest to God, we're sitting in this little pub in, where were we? I think we were in Dingle again. Maybe we were 2 nights there. It might have been down in Kerry, but we're sitting in this little traditional Irish pub, total little hole in the wall pub, like honest, like authentic, Irish musicians playing next door for a while. That's over. 2 girls come in, sit down at the bar, or stand at the bar, and they're Americans, of course, because as soon as I tell you what they said, you're going to be like, oh, of course they're Americans. But this one girl, she'd asked for a drink and they didn't have it. I don't know what she asked for, but then she was like, do you have any rumplements? And the guy looked at her like, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Did you chime in?
No, I know. I tried not to just start laughing out loud. Do you have any rumplements?
Who orders that even in America?
I don't
on
even
purpose.
Well, the only time I've ever had rumplements was when we were in the country bar when we did shots with Allie that night when we were, and I don't know, when was that, graduation or parents' night or whatever that? Yeah, it was parents' night.
Yeah.
We started with shots on rumplements. Family weekend. Whoa, baby,
that's not good.
So anyway, they didn't have any rumplements, but that was.
I'm
nice.
curious. What is the? You said Irish music. I mean, I know what Irish music is, but you said your typical. What were they?
Yeah, one guy had like a little, like a guitar of sorts. It wasn't exactly just a guitar, although he was also playing a violin. And then another girl had like a squeeze box, like the small accordion. She was playing. Several of them played the little Irish penny whistle. You definitely hear that in some of the bars that were playing because there was, and another one we were in. Yeah, a guy, kind of a guitar and a violin, but then there also was like a guitar they were like playing with a bow, which was curious, which I don't know what it is. But there are, some very traditional Irish instruments that are actually still played in some of the bars over there. And I didn't walk up and be like, hey, what's that? But, so I just kind of enjoyed them from afar. But so that was nice. So anyway, no rumplements though. So yeah, if you want to go to Ireland and enjoy rumplements, try something else.
Bring your own.
Please, or something. All right. Give me a shot. Give me a sports shot here.
So I read the other day, and this is actually kind of impressive. And we've talked a lot about LeBron James and longevity and all that, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with the Lakers now where he's leaving the Lakers, but we don't know who he's going to go play with yet.
He's going to Cleveland. You know he's going to Cleveland.
He may retire in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
anyway, all right.
He has played against somebody that was born in the 60s and in 2006.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yep. Kevin Willis was born in 1969. And LeBron James has played against Kevin Willis. And Kevin Willis did play till he was like 41, 42.
What? Okay. All right. Keep going. Yeah.
And Cooper Flagg, 2006.
Nice. So what was LeBron's first year?
2003.
It was early 2000s. I remember that.
Yeah, early.
But, okay, so, I mean, 30 years old would have just been somebody from like 73 at that point. Surely there was, it seems like there's somebody had to be older than just 69, born in 1969 that he played against. But.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. Because he was, what year was he born? He came in the league at like 18, right? So he was probably born in, 85, I guess?
Yeah, I was trying to find it. But, yeah, I mean, Kevin Willis was born in... ...1962. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. That feels a little better. Yeah. It would be pushing it to get somebody from the 50s. Somebody born 59. They would have had to be playing at 43, 44 years old. Probably not that happening, but yeah.
So 62.
That's a 44-year range. That's pretty wild. And it's really, really wild to think that somebody born in 2006 is playing in the NBA. That's
yeah.
It was not very long ago. Yeah.
No. So, that was the year I graduated college.
Yeah. Well, all of my kids were, multiple years old by that point. So,
right.
At any rate, nice. That is impressive. Well, I got one for you, and I came across this today. And we've talked, of course, a lot about money in sports. And, of course, we talked about Texas Tech because, Texas Tech. But I saw today the top 10 most expensive college football rosters. Top 10 most expensive. So let me see if you can guess. I'm sure you can get a handful of these. Who do you think has the most expensive college football roster in the country?
Most expensive roster in the country.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many out there that spend so much money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tech has spent a lot of money.
Tech is number 10 at $36.3 million.
And they get talked about the most just because they're new to the game.
Right now they are, yeah.
Ohio State
is third at $43.5 million.
Texas.
University of Texas, number 1, $47.9 million on a college football
Is Alabama
roster.
on there?
Alabama is there at, let's see, 8th. Oregon, yeah, look at you. Keep it going.
Mississippi State. Not Mississippi State. Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is not on there.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, but
Florida.
The U, yeah, second, $44 million.
Or Miami. Yeah.
LSU, 42.8. Notre Dame, $40.4 million.
I almost
Texas
said Notre Dame too.
Texas A&M, $38.9 million.
See, I wouldn't have gotten them.
And the last one at number 9 is Tennessee at $36.7 million. So, yeah, you got college football rosters that are spending almost as much as Major League Baseball teams. Those are more than Millwall's entire roster as a professional football team.
Well, speaking of money being thrown at college sports, did you see who the new sponsor for the Big 12 is?
I probably don't want to know.
Yep. Big 12, sponsored by Monster.
Oh, no, I did see that. Yeah.
So like all the logos now may have like the monster symbol next to it, and man.
Different
Sponsored
world,
by
man.
Monster, brought to you by Progressive Auto Insurance, alongside whatever else there is, sponsored by DraftKings.
Yeah, well, I was waiting.
And brought to you by the Dr. Pepper halftime show.
Yeah, well, and what are the betting odds? Yeah, and what are the parlays? And we'll see how long they. Nobody's backing off that.
No, it's so it's Allstate with the kicking sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
All the extra points and stuff like that. Then the halftime show with Dr. I'm just going Big 12 too. Yeah. Well, and Allstate's for all college, but Dr. Pepper halftime show, because then in the Big 12 championship game they have the football toss thing. Right. DraftKings is everywhere now. Mm-hmm. I think Tech should really get on board with DraftKings and just say, "Hey, let's make this.
Let's do it. Let's do it." Yeah. Something tells me they won't, but
you're probably right.
Pretty soon we'll get the DraftKings Bowl.
Yeah, no doubt.
And well, if we get the DraftKings
in Vegas,
Bowl, sponsored by Jameson Whiskey. So, frankly, in America it should be Bud Light or whatever, right? But anyway, all right. Well, with that, we'll call it a wrap for our opening segment on episode 97 of D4 Sports. Another little bit of Irish culture for you, Dustin, as we jump into D4 business, of which there is very little. But I did get to see two classic Irish sports in the pub. And, I sent you the picture.
Herding and...
No.
Bowls.
We did see a bowls pitch, a really nice bowls pitch.
Oh,
actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I did. Nobody was playing, but we did see one. And I have a video of we were driving on a really narrow road and we had to stop because the sheep were coming down the road at us. And I've got video of that. That was a lot of fun.
Like straight up from Paramount movies. Just sheep going across.
It really was. There were sheep everywhere. And actually what there was a lot of that we were surprised was cows. Not that I was surprised to see cows, but there was a lot of cows. And I expected sheep everywhere, which there were.
How else do you get Irish cream?
Well, I don't know, but there were lots and lots of cows. So, but I got to see two sports. One was hurling, which. Okay.
You saw hurling at the bar? They just have toilets set up with your face in it. Just
no. Hurling.
Oh, different kind of hurling. Okay.
It's closest to lacrosse. It's sort of like a combination of like lacrosse and rugby, right? And there's a goal, and then there are poles that extend, like goalposts that extend up the side. And there's a ball, and you got a stick that's kind of a flat paddle stick, and that you can run with it, and you can throw it, but then you take the stick and you whack it, and they can hit it probably 75, 80 yards in the air. They can really, really.
I think your son has told me about this sport.
So my son's former girlfriend, Becca, plays hurling, actually. She's a student at the University of Belfast, but she does play hurling. It's played some here. It's almost exclusively Ireland, but it was exciting. And it was interesting to watch. Very fast paced game. The ball they smoked that thing. And the scoring is very interesting because if you hit it in the goal, there is a goalie. If you hit it in the goal, it's 3 points. But if you hit it through the goalpost above, just in the air like a field goal, it's 1 point. And I honestly, all the time we sat and it was on in the pub, and we probably saw 30, 45 minutes of the game. Very exciting between, I think it was Dublin and Kerry, I think it was. And never saw anybody shoot at the goal, actually. They all just scored through the goalposts. And so I really thought that, like,
Maybe
if you hit it
it's just much easier.
well, it is, because obviously the goalie can't stop it, because you can hit it. The poles go really high, and they hit it from forever away. And it would actually led me to think that if you got it in the goal, it was probably like 5 or 6, but it's only 3. So it actually probably doesn't seem worth it, frankly. Yeah. So anyway, and then I saw Gaelic football, which is played on the exact same pitch as hurling, has the exact same goal and goalpost, and it's a combination of like rugby, Australian rules football, and hurling, frankly, is kind of what I would say. And this one's weird because they get the ball and they run with it, but then they'll kick it and they'll like pass it to themselves. So I don't know if you can only take so many steps before you have to like kick it or hit it or something. But then they kick it, launch it up through the goalpost as well. The exact same scoring system and the same deal. And actually came to find out that's huge in Ireland. It's everywhere. And it was really fascinating to me because obviously in America, we tend to think, we have the NFL and Major League Baseball and NBA and hockey, and then there is MLS and of course the World Cup. We'll talk about that in a bit. And beyond that, the other sports we just kind of relegate to sort of, Olympic sports or what have you, right? Kind of sidelines, right? People play lacrosse, people, obviously there's golf and tennis, those individual sports, but it's really fascinating to go to a country like Ireland and see them 100% embrace their local sport. And it is as big to them as football, American football, is to us, and you just kind of don't think of it. I think in America, we get so used to the major sports and we consider everything else minor sports, and really around the world, they really are. I mean, it really, over there, they have the GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association, which is the Gaelic football. And once I learned that that's what that was, I realized, okay, there's literally every single town, every sign, they have, their GAA field and brought to you by GAA and all this stuff. It's a big deal. And it was pretty wild.
Players can carry the ball for a maximum of 4 steps, after which point they must bounce it or solo it. It's drop it onto the toe and kick it back into your hands.
Yeah.
Or pass it, but you can't pass it with your hands.
Well, you can't throw it, but you can like whack it like a volleyball.
It says kick or hit it with your fist.
Yeah.
So if it can be in your left hand and you can then in turn.
Right.
Yeah. That's just just from the quick search. Yeah.
Yeah. And I figured it was 3 to 5 steps. That's kind of what it looked like. I couldn't quite, from just watching, I couldn't 100% figure out the rules. But guys be running along and they like bump it to themselves, or they drop kick it to themselves, or they bounce it. But they weren't doing the same thing, so I wasn't 100% clear. But it's really actually also a very exciting sport to watch. And we saw that in the pub up near Galway. And everybody was tuned in and quite fascinated with that. So that was a lot of fun. But
nice.
Good times. Good times. All right. World Cup. Has America lost interest now that America is out?
I mean, I'm not in the know with that. I have not lost interest.
Okay.
I just haven't been able to watch the past yesterday and the day before that, those matches. Work got in the way, whatever.
Yeah.
Can't watch it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. But there's, I think Norway's playing somebody tonight. I can't remember who.
Yeah, I can.
The Fighting Harry Canes. And then I forget who the first match is today. But France is.
That is the first match. Yeah, that is the first match tonight. Well, for here, tonight at 10, and then Argentina is playing tonight. Over here, it's like 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
Argentina
right.
Match.
Argentina. Yeah. France is playing well. Spain is playing well. I mean, at this point, it's everybody's kind of playing well, right?
Yeah.
But Spain beat Belgium last night 2-1 after Belgium just made the USA look like a minor league soccer team. They looked so bad.
Yeah, and I didn't see that game because it was on at 1 a.m. here, but I saw the highlights and
it was. I mean, they were basically getting in to the 10-meter line with ease, like just.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
into the middle, like they're coming down the sides, and you've got the 3 attackers here, and the guy kicks it right to the middle, and it's like, well, who wants to get this one?
Well, I mean, the play by the U.S. goalie was, I don't know what happened on that, but that was one of the worst looking soccer plays I've seen in a long time. But yeah,
it just looked like a minor league team, honestly.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, that's not our sport, right?
Yeah.
That would be considered a minor sport here. And I used to say soccer's terrible. I hate, there's no way I'm watching it or would never play it. And I still would never play it. But watching as much soccer as I have over the past couple of years, like it's a big sport. It is not a small sport.
Yeah. And I think I would also say I've come to appreciate that it is far more physical than I used to think it was.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of
the flopping.
There's a lot of flopping. There's a lot of flopping still, but yeah.
But at the same time, what they get away with too, is it's a physical game. Like it is more contact than you would anticipate.
Yeah, especially on like corner kicks and stuff. The balls into the box and stuff. Yeah, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit more physicality than I ever thought there was.
I've seen players like on the corner kicks, the ball's coming in low, it bends, and a guy goes for a header, like dives for a header, but then somebody else is going to kick it. I mean, there is risk involved, right? I mean, there's cleats, but the flopping has also made it.
They're pretty good at it.
Watch. And,
they're good floppers.
Yeah, the NBA has learned well.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I don't think interest has been lost fully. You still have a lot of fans over here from other countries as well, but it's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, Mbappe's playing well, Haaland's playing well, Kane is playing out of his mind.
Yep.
Messi, Ronaldo's done now, so
we watched we were watching the last Norway match, and Karen has no idea who Erling Haaland is, but she looks at him and she's like, that guy could play Ragnar Lothbrok. And I'm like, yep, exactly. Yep. But and
he could also play for England's national team.
He could, and you put him on England's team, and
oh man,
I mean, I
just
don't think
just put him in the center.
Well, that's all he does, and that's the thing.
I know.
And I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. One of the guys in the office who actually knows football because he's grown up here and all that. And Haaland is truly a pure striker, right? Like he does not create plays, but you get him the ball and he finishes. And in particular, that second goal in the last game when he had it in the box,
killed it.
He turned around and I was like, no, I mean, you shouldn't be able to do that. And especially with a guy that big, but he doesn't create, right? He doesn't create the plays. And that's where guys like Messi's kind of both, right? I mean, I think he's technically an attacking midfielder, striker, but he can not only create plays, but he also can finish and score, obviously. Right. But actually, like last night in the game, the Belgian game, Kevin De Bruyne, who was the primary midfielder for Belgium, now he's past his prime. I mean, he's 37, I think, so he's kind of nearing the end of his career. But he was the anchor for the Man City team from 2015 to 2025. I think he won six Premier League championships. He was kind of the anchor when they won the treble, where they won the Premier League and the Euro League and the FA Cup all in the same year. But yeah, you watch him play and like his ability to create, to center the ball, to pass it in, really remarkable, right? But it's been fun to watch here, and obviously everyone here is waiting for tonight, and I'm just really curious to see if we can stop Haaland, because I don't know. He's good. I mean, since I've been here, I haven't watched much Premier League because it's on Sky Sports and I don't pay for it. And of course, he's been the leading scorer in the Premier League for the last 3 or 4 years, almost every year. But yeah, you watch him out there, and he really is something. But
well, what was it like the first England match you watched? You're like, oh, it's nice to see what these guys actually look like.
Yeah,
like I know all their names.
yeah, exactly. From playing fantasy sports, I know them, but don't have any idea what they look like. But I did have a couple of nice tidbits. The Morocco goalkeeper. Did you catch the name of the Morocco goalkeeper? Well, I'll give you a hint. He can win with or without you. And after somebody shoots and he makes a save, he says, "You still haven't found what you're looking for."
I mean, I know these are songs.
You know what band?
U2 pops into my head.
U2. His name's Bono. His name's Bono.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I know the songs, I know the band, but it just like synapses were not connecting.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And then, so last night in the game between Spain and Belgium, I saw this. I've never seen this before, but the referee got in the way of a play. He obstructed a play. And the ball was coming, and he tried to get out of the way, but they ran into him. So he stopped the play.
Yeah.
And they did an uncontested ball drop to restart play, which I've never seen. It's sort of like a puck drop, but they just drop it right in front of in this case, the Spanish player, and then he plays it back to his team. And I was like, okay, news, the uncontested ball drop.
I did notice that watching this World Cup is how I watched the refs move. Like, for the most part, they do a great job of getting out of the way and just kind of staying on the fringes of watching everything. So
yeah. And I do like the ref cam they have, the little cameras they got going. And then there's one other story, and this was the Norwegian fan who will not row. Did you see this story?
I saw that.
Because you got all the Norway guys are out there rowing. They're doing the whole Viking thing, and so they interviewed him on the BBC over here, and they're like, "So why won't you row?" And he said, "Because the Vikings sailed across the Atlantic. They didn't row across the Atlantic." He's like, they rowed down rivers. They didn't row across the Atlantic. And the song says they rowed across the Atlantic, but they didn't. So I will not do it. And I'm like, hey,
the man, pure historian.
The man has his principles, right? You gotta give it to him.
I mean, literally.
And he's become famous for it. So, yeah. So that's good. Not much other D4 business to speak of. Obviously, the Premier League,
a month away from football starting
NFL
back up for us.
Comes back up, so we'll get the games going again when those happen. We'll talk about talk about some baseball and coming up. But one other tidbit. So we went. One of the places we went on the first day, there's a very famous place in Ireland known as the Giant's Causeway. Right, which is up in Northern Ireland on the north coast, up not far from Belfast, and it's a stone formation. It's very unique and it's very interesting. They've kind of made it a little too commercialized, but whatever. But anyway, they call that whole road up there. They kind of call that whole area the Causeway. The main road along the coast is called the Causeway Road, and up in that area, much like here, where if you're driving through, much like towns in America, when you drive through a small town, it'll say like Bedford, home of the Tigers, right? They advertise their high school sports or whatever. Well, they had that up there in Ireland, and it said it was the Causeway School, and Causeway School are the Giants. They said home of the Causeway Giants, and I was like, well played. I mean, you couldn't choose any better than that. So,
I was going to say, what else would they go with?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I didn't see any other sign like that in all of Ireland. Right. But it was like home of the Causeway Giants, and I was like, okay, I'm here for that. I'll give you that.
The only other sign you saw was the car falling off the cliff.
Yeah, I said that was actually we took a ferry, and it was on the dock, and it had, I someday for all of those thousands of video watchers we have, video fans. I wish I could upload it, but it literally was a sign, a yellow warning sign with a car just like driving over and I was like, It doesn't say not to. I sent it to loyal D4 fan John Woodard, and he's like, "Is it a challenge? Is it a dare?"
That's what I'm
think
thinking.
it is.
Like, you didn't
go for it.
It wasn't in my head until I saw the sign, and now it's telling me not to do this. But should
I'm like, do I need to be told not to drive off the dock?
Right.
Because I wasn't gonna.
How often does this happen?
I wasn't even thinking about it, but now I am.
Right.
Anyway, there you go. A little more Irish fun and D4. I guess you call that business for episode 97, D4 Sports. Dustin has just turned up his air conditioner because it's too cold. I don't even. Like I got nothing to say. That
72 degrees in here.
It's it's 30 here in my flat. That's 86.
And you're not wearing a jacket?
No, I'm not.
30 degrees.
Although I did. We got this lovely Irish wool blanket that in about 3 months we'll be able to use. And I got both of us got proper wool sweaters. Irish knit wool sweaters. It's actually, I really like mine. Got it in green, thick. Of course. Yeah, it's going to be great. I am looking forward to it. There will come a time where I will put it on. It is not this day. That's for sure.
It should be. You should put it on, get your cigar, go for a walk.
Nope. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. All right. Sports Roundup. So today is, in fact, it's probably going on right now, isn't it? The women's final for Wimbledon. They haven't started yet. Let's see, what's her first name? Karolina Muchova and Linda Noskova, number 9 and number 10. Anyway, two kind of surprising ones in the final there. Going to be starting here soon. I honestly, Dustin, I was going to go yesterday. I got back from Ireland, and I thought, you know what? I'll try to go join the queue, but I had an afternoon meeting, and I wouldn't be able to go until like 4 or 5, and it was almost going to be over by then, and it was just really hot. So I decided I've never gotten to Wimbledon yet in my time here. I'm not sure I will, but I did. But
and didn't you say like people get in line so early to the queue?
Yeah, not so much later in the tournament because obviously there's not as many matches. But yeah, I mean, for the first few days, the queue starts the night before at like 6 p.m. Right. And they sleep all night in tents and stuff. And Wimbledon even has lockers where you can keep your stuff.
I was going to say, I remember you telling me about the lockers and like,
it's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And now like if I were to go like today, I could get a grounds pass for relatively cheap. Because there's only a couple of matches. I would never get into the court, but you can watch from, they don't call it Henman Hill anymore. I don't know when they changed the name, but they just call it The Hill now. But it used to be Henman Hill, but it's just The Hill. So I don't know when that changed. But so that's happening.
Yesterday would have been great matches too. Well, short matches, but great matches. Yeah. Player-wise.
Yeah. Ferry, the lone Englishman to survive the first round, the unseeded 114th ranked qualifier, makes the semifinal, gets trounced by Zverev, which is probably to be expected.
Not the first.
Yeah, it was the first that was a tiebreak, yeah. Although he went down 7-love in the tiebreaker, but anyway.
He did, and then 6-2, 6-4, I believe. Yeah. But and good on him for getting there, right? I mean, and when was the last time a Brit got deep? I mean, Draper maybe Murray. At one point. Yeah, Andy Murray is probably the last one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he won it, right? So, so that was exciting. But men's final, I mean, Sinner handled Djokovic pretty 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Not really surprising, other than just, again, the heat, and Sinner didn't fold in the heat. So, but it doesn't look like Djokovic pushed him too much, and I wonder if Zverev will. But, I mean, number 1, number 2 without Alcaraz, best matchup you could probably hope for. I suppose, in the final between Sinner and Zverev. But who you got? You got Sinner in this one?
Yeah, I don't like Zverev. I do not. I don't like his attitude.
Yeah, he's kind of a bad boy.
I don't enjoy watching him play.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I love watching Nick Kyrgios play. And speaking of bad boys, like he is the Dennis Rodman of tennis. But Sinner's number one for a reason.
Yeah,
and Zverev is very, very good. I'm not taking anything away from his game. I just don't like watching him play.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and I honestly haven't watched. I haven't seen a lot of him play. I mean, I remember it was 3 years ago when I think it was that he was in when Djokovic was still kind of peak, and he was pushing. Or was it Nadal? Was it Nadal? He was beating Nadal in the French Open in the semifinal. In one of Nadal's last year, he won it, I think, and had a good shot, and then like tore up his ankle, right?
Yeah.
And then he was out for quite a while. It took him almost a year to get back from that. So, we'll see. But yeah, Wimbledon's kind of been overshadowed over here by the World Cup because
here too. Well, not that everybody watches tennis here, but right. Same thing. I feel like it just was a little bit glossed over.
Yeah. And Wimbledon is usually a big deal, and they're still showing it in a lot of places and stuff. But I mean, all anybody cares about here is it's coming home, boys. It's coming home. That's all everybody says, as though the World Cup belongs here.
If England loses early on, right, then people would go back to watching Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But
yeah. We'll see. We have World Cup tonight. Again, the England match comes on 10 o'clock here. I guess that's 4 o'clock your time? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 and 7 are the two match times tonight.
Yeah. Nice. So it should be good there. But yeah, so Wimbledon going on. Baseball. I suppose we should talk about baseball. Couple of stats for you. No team currently under 400 winning percentage in baseball. Everybody is over. Well, there's two teams at 400. Nobody under 400. And again, for reference, I think I said last time, most seasons you have about 4 teams that end up under 400, and to have no one at below 400 on the brink of the All-Star week is remarkable. And only 2 teams are over 600. The Brewers and the Dodgers. So there's that. You got any baseball observations? Any baseball stories caught your eye of late?
All-Star game starting soon.
Yeah.
Home run derby.
People care more about the home run derby than they even do the All-Star game anymore. But then again,
Bryce Harper said he wants, like when they throw the gold balls for the batters to use aluminum bats. Could you imagine a professional?
Yeah, I know what it would look like.
Hit home runs.
I know what it would look like.
And just the sound it would make.
No, we don't need that.
They'd have to double up on the netting for the pitcher just to buffer.
Well, no kidding. Yeah. Put them out there in armor. Yeah.
Right.
Couple of interesting stats. The Cubs did something extremely rare, only done one other time, and not done since 1894.
Nobody cares.
No, they do. This is good.
No, it's the Cubs.
The Cubs won by 15, then lost by 15 in their next game. The only other team to do that was the Boston Beantowners, and they did that over the Chicago Colts. So Chicago which is the predecessor to the Cubs. But the Cubs won 23-3 against the Padres, although to be fair, they got 8 runs in the 9th inning when Rodolfo Duran, a catcher, was pitching for the Padres. But then they turned around the next night and they lost 17-1 to the Cardinals. So they won by 15 one night, lost by 15 or more the next night. The only other one, again, Boston Beantowners won 25-8, followed by a 17-2 loss, both in Chicago against the Colts, who are the modern-day Cubs. So there's that. Another story. Do you know who Yuri Perez is?
No.
Yuri Perez did something that's only been done 5 times in the history of baseball. He had a perfect game through 7 innings, and they pulled him from the Marlins. He was pitching against the A's. Perfect through 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 92 pitches, and they pulled him, and then they almost lost the game. They ended up holding on to win 9-8 after winning 8-0. They were leading 8-0 when they pulled him, which would have been ultimate fitting justice. But to give you an idea, and I don't know, I should know who the other one is. A pitcher being pulled with a perfect game through 6+ innings from 1901 to 2015, 0 times. Never happened. From 2016 to 2025, 3 times. And now it's happened 2 times in the last week. And I saw the Yuri Perez. I didn't see who the other one was, but shame on you, Marlins. Shame on you. I know it is a team game. I know all the players were like, oh, individual records. BS.
Whatever.
Perfect games matter.
Yeah.
Perfect game. Not even just no hitter. Perfect game. 92 pitches. Let him go get it. I mean, seriously, Yuri Perez. I don't even know who he is. He's got like a 5-4 record or something. Maybe he's the ace of this. I don't even know. Again, it doesn't matter who he is. You let him go. I mean, you got an 8-0 lead. If he gives up a home run on the first pitch of the 8th inning, fine, pull him. I mean,
it would have been fitting for them to lose for sure.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I had another one from, this was from a week ago, another pulled after 8, which almost seems trite now after you pull him after 7 with a perfect game. But Joey Cantillo, the Guardians over the Astros, pitched 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, 98 pitches with an 8-1 lead, and they pulled him. Nice. So, yeah, I don't know. Modern baseball. Anything grabbing your attention in baseball at this point?
No. I mean, I'm following, but nothing is just the White Sox are doing well, surprisingly.
Yeah, oddly enough. Yeah. So. We got 12 guys hitting above 300 now, so that's pretty good. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are at 301, but hey, that's over 300. Yeah, the standings. I mean, here are your division leaders: the Tampa Bay Rays in the AL East, the Chicago White Sox in the AL Central, the Texas Rangers in the AL West.
But the AL West is so bad.
The National League, not very surprising. The Braves, the Brewers, and the Dodgers. Fair enough. But and let me pull up real quickly my spot track to see. It'd be interesting. Now, this is based on payroll and based on spending, what the records are. The Mets, of course, are the grand outlier. The second highest spending team in the league at 40 and 55. The Blue Jays also the 5th highest scoring team, and the Red Sox and the Padres, frankly. So you've got 4 of the top 7 spending teams have losing records this year. But then you come to the bottom, the Marlins, the lowest spending team. In fact, this is really actually wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 lowest spending teams in the league. The Nationals, the Cardinals, the White Sox, the Rays, the Guardians, and the Marlins all have winning records.
Parity.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so the NFL thrives on parity, right?
Correct.
Is parity good for baseball?
I mean, it doesn't hurt. There's nothing. I mean, you got to figure something out with baseball. I mean, does it get watched? Absolutely. But not near what it used to be. I think the pace, they've had to change the pace of the game just because our attention span,
right,
is less and less and less. So, I mean, I think parity doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah,
the Rockies are still the Rockies.
True. And they don't have the worst record in baseball.
No, they don't, but they're still not great.
The Angels and the Royals at 38 and 57. Oh, the Royals. Did you see the Royals play against the Mets? Where first inning, the Mets have got runners at first and second. The guy hits like a barely contact to the infield. The pitcher runs over, fields it, turns, throws to first base. Hard to say if it's a throwing error or a catching error. Probably a throwing error. Throws it past the first baseman. The first baseman runs out, gets it, turns around and fires it to literally no one, halfway between third plate and home base. It goes to the stop there. The third baseman runs over and gets it, throws it to the catcher, who misses it. All of them score. It was a 4-base error on the guy. 3-run score, 3 throwing errors on the same. It looked like bad Little League. That was rough. I'm trying to look here on the ESPN website. They used to always have attendance, attendance, and I don't actually see it. It looks like they've taken it off for Major League Baseball in terms of the attendance. That's interesting. It was always on here. They
don't want to show how.
I guess not. I don't. And maybe I honestly don't know. Maybe Major League Baseball attendance is doing all right, but I'm not sure. But Dustin, speaking of attendance, guess where I am going tomorrow? Not Wimbledon, of course. I already said that. But guess where I am going tomorrow?
Darts match.
Not darts, but close.
Shuffleboard.
No, come on, shuffleboard. Come on. Major sport in England, summertime.
I don't know. Rugby match. Cricket.
Nope.
Cricket.
Cricket. I'm going to a cricket match.
Okay.
I am going to a cricket match tomorrow. A buddy of mine, James Green, who's a guy I really want to get on the podcast, and I just got to get organized enough to invite him because I've already talked to him about it. And he's a bit of a nut. I'm not gonna. No offense, James. The guy does some crazy stuff that if we ever get him on here, we'll talk about. But he's a good guy. I've gotten to know from work, and he plays cricket. And we were sitting at work one day, and I was like, I'd love to go to cricket. Oh, well, let's go. And sure enough, he followed through, and we're going tomorrow. So, so we're going. Didn't know this, but it's both the women's match and the men's match. The women's match starts at 2:00. The men's match starts at 6:30. Told my buddy yesterday, I'm going to go see cricket tomorrow. He goes, "Woo, get your drinking boots on."
Like, I got 7 of them.
So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to first time, going to see some T20 cricket. To see it's, I don't even know, like it matters who it is, but it's going to be, it's called the Vitality Blast Series, and it's Surrey against Hampshire for the women and Essex for the men at the Oval, which is one of the main stadiums here in London. So I'm off to cricket. I'll have stories. So yeah,
I expect a full breakdown of all cricket.
I will give you
the plays, strategy.
Well, okay. We'll see. I'll give you what I can give you. We'll see what happens. But
I just want you to be able to remember things.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be. It's going to be hot enough that I'm going to have to pace myself. So that'll be important. But anyway, drinks. So yeah, so that'll be good. And I got one more thing, unrelated to cricket, but obviously we talked about Brendan Sorsby quite a bit, right, on the last couple episodes because it was big time sports news, especially in the U.S. and with the Lubbock ties.
Who?
We have to. Yeah. Brendan Sorsby. Maybe you've heard of him. But I saw this news story. I saw this news story today from the NFL. And I know it's early for NFL stories, but here we are. But here's the story. The former Detroit Lions quarterback, Terrion Arnold. You know who he is, right?
I know the name.
Terrion Arnold, who turned himself in on the 24th of July in connection with the February 26th kidnapping and robbery incident in the Tampa area. He's currently out on $1 million bond and is subject to home confinement with the exception of work and legal appointments. But the story, that's not what they led with. They led with Terrion Arnold does not need to wear a GPS tracker as a condition of his release, a judge determined, allowing him to continue to work out with NFL teams in an effort to get re-signed after being cut.
I feel like there's a little baggage that.
But Brendan Sorsby, no way, not you.
That's something.
He's on house arrest, but doesn't have to with a GPS tracker for kidnapping and robbery. But Brendan Sorsby, you placed bets on college football while you were an athlete. How dare you?
While you were third string quarterback. I did see that Cincinnati is now under investigation.
Yeah, of course they are.
But the team that he was on while making the bets and has recently won a national championship has yet to be looked at.
Of course. Well, of course. But I mean, the outright hypocrisy of the NFL to not just say, Terry and Arnold, you are done. Sorry. Right.
And I feel like they would have a valid reason. Like if somebody just came in and said, hey, no, Goodell's like, give him another shot. Anyway,
and with that, we will close the sports roundup for episode 97 of D4 Sports. Give you one more, Dustin, and this is another Ireland episode. This is a who not to be when you go to Ireland or just in general. But so Ireland, lots of golf courses, right? Lots of guys go over there, play golf. A lot of them American, of course. We're sitting in a pub, enjoying our night. For 45 minutes, dude in the next pub. I was out playing golf today. I'm just really working on my swing. When I'm coming back here, I'm all stuck, and I got to be clamped. And here's what I'm working on. I got to really prevent against slicing, so I'm trying to keep the club face closed. And my carry's this. Literally, at one point, gets up, starts demonstrating his takeaway to his buddy in the pub, and I'm like, the only thing I could think. I was like, you are the exact example of like the bad fantasy football guy, right? I mean, like literally, what are you doing? You have nothing else in your life to talk about but what you're working on in your swing loud enough so that everyone in the pub can hear you for 45 full minutes.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
No, that guy was bad. Anyway, all right, last call.
So mine is not sports related, but I did get engaged last weekend.
Oh, hello. I knew that, but so, yeah,
I know you knew that. But
congratulations.
Thank you.
What's her name?
Holly. That's a given. But
yeah, you guys are going to be a legit like Brady Bunch kind of thing working here, aren't you?
Absolutely. Lots of kids.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Sports related.
Sports related.
Did you see where Congress has now could possibly step in for the WNBA commissioner, stating they are not doing a good enough job protecting Caitilin Clark? So if they don't do a better job of protecting her, the DOJ and Congress may have to step in and make sure that Caitilin Clark is protected more within the WNBA.
Who is driving this? Is that the Congressman from Indiana?
The thing is like she doesn't even promote herself. Like she just wants to go play basketball.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, yes and no.
Not near what is on the other side.
Fair
like
enough.
Everybody else making it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Bigger, right?
I would guarantee she is not driving this, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I know that to the best of my understanding, she doesn't come up and say, oh, I'm being treated differently and that sort of thing. But by the same time, I'm not sure I'm ready to go that she's not wanting to promote herself. But fair enough. But like, so
I just mean in the regard that it's being taken now.
Yeah, no, I get you that. But so who is driving this? Is it like the congressman from Indiana, or what is it?
I mean, I read a little bit on it, but I mean, it was a congressman. It didn't say. It may have said, and I may have just missed it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like a full-on page to the WNBA commissioner about protecting Caitilin Clark, and
that's
who she is as an ambassador for the sport.
Give me a break. I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, we glossed the whole Trump and the red card. I mean, I can tell you how that was received internationally, but yeah, I don't know. What is it? What?
I mean, it obviously worked because we still lost 4-1.
Well, yeah, there is that. So nice. No, I don't want to hear that. I got another. I got a story. Another one here that, and this is one I'm a little conflicted on because I shouldn't this is not something to celebrate or necessarily joke about, but in the world of like wild stories, a pilot jumped out of a moving plane to his death. Without a parachute, he just jumped, leaving a student he was teaching to fly, to land the aircraft by herself. Which I was just like, what? And supposedly he basically said, you know what to do. And he jumped out of the plane. And the girl landed the plane, which is quite amazing. But in the world of what the heck just happened here stories, that's one.
I mean, there's throwing a kid into a pool and telling him to learn how to swim, but also monitoring them. Yeah. And then there's jumping out of a plane and not giving any help.
And and this was in South America somewhere, in Argentina. But I was just like, what in the world is that? So there's that one. That's something of a legend alert. And here's a little better legend alert, a little more optimistic one to finish on. There's a man from Leeds up in northern UK, right? Mm-hmm. Well, he says he's gonna go watch the World Cup in the US. He flies to America, and apparently he and by the way, this is the ultimate sort of, okay, there's more to this story, but he flies to America and he either lost his phone or his phone stopped working, and he just went, I'm going to go anyway. Anyway, doesn't seem to think that anybody's going to be looking for him, but obviously the people trying to get in touch with him kind of start worrying. Well, he turns up in a Barcelona pub. And he was like, I didn't know anyone was looking for me. Now, that's a legend. That's a legend alert right there. It was like, well, my phone stopped working. What's the big deal? I just figured I'd go anyway. Turns up in Barcelona.
There you go.
There you go. That's what being a sports fan will do to you. Any last thoughts?
Dog days of summer, man. There's not a whole lot going on.
Dog days. Well, it depends what sports you like. I mean, you know.
Yes, the World Cup is going on. I get that.
If you're a Gaelic football fan, it's in the you're in the height of the season. I'm not, but it was fun to watch.
Yet,
not yet. I honestly, as a
you're
sport,
about to become an avid cricket fan.
Oh man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be sitting there going, "What happened there? What happened there? Why is he not running? Why does he throw the ball? Why is he doing that?"
And he's just gonna hand you another drink.
He's gonna hand me another beer. And for that, we'll go D4 Sports. Thank you to all of our listeners for sticking with us if you're actually still here. Catch us anywhere you listen to podcasts or watch us on YouTube with the other millions of followers who are doing so. And until next time.
D4 Sports is brought to you by Don and Dustin and by our sponsors, Sports and Day Drinking. Special thanks go to Trey Klein for providing the music behind D4 and all our friends and family for supporting us throughout this effort.